Hiya, I've bought this Tsunami 24 by Geek Vape RDA a few days ago, and I've put a few builds on here, but none of them were really blowing my mind. I was probably getting better clouds from my Lush or Tofo. So this morning I decided to try a different build in here, and it's working a whole lot better. Here's a small demonstration. The flavor is okay, not amazing. I don't know if that's the juice I'm using. I should have actually tried the same juice I was using yesterday in my old build for a better comparison on the flavor. But definitely cloud wise, a lot more and like much denser. So I'm going to try and show you the build I've done. So my biggest problem with the RDAs really is they get really warm when you are chain vaping them, and I was using 22 gauge Kanthal wire, like let's say for example in my Tofu Lush I was using 22 gauge Kanthal wire, and the mod would start getting really hot. So I thought that I would change my wires. So the previous builds I've done on this Tsunami were using 24 gauge stainless steel, which doesn't get as hot, and I wasn't having those like heat issues. But as I said, the clouds were nothing fantastic at all. So today I decided I'll try my 22 gauge Kanthal and do a build. And normally I do my coils all very close together. Do I want to show you? No, I don't. This is the one that I took off here. Let's see if the camera can pick it up. There, so as you can see, tightly wrapped like normal coil type. That's what was in there that I took out. So I thought this time, can you see the gaps in between each loop of the coil? Yeah, so I decided that I'll do 5 wraps at the 22 gauge Kanthal, but I'll space them out. Now it was a bit finicky to get it all heating up nicely and even gaps, that sort of thing, which I wanted. But eventually I played around, and I got it right to a level I was happy with, and then I wicked it, and I'm very impressed. It's performing really nicely, and it's not getting too hot, and I think that's down to a few things. One, there's not too many wraps. Two, because they spaced out, the heat dissipates quicker. So because it's got that Kennedy style deck with the air vents coming from the bottom, that's helping keep them cool. Plus they spaced out, plus this deck is just so nice and roomy to build on that your coils are never too close to your outside top cap, so that also prevents or stops too much heat coming through. So yeah, I just thought I'd put this video out there quickly in case anyone else finds this information helpful to them. If I could also just say a few things that I found about this Tsunami. Everyone was saying about how you put the wicks like to the corners, if I can demonstrate, so in there, but I found that my juice wasn't going easily between the two air holes. So when you've got your wick closing both ends, you're missing out on this part in here. So I try and push my wick more central, and I believe that gives my well more capacity, because whilst it's a 7mm deep well, because of the 4 air chimneys, the area is not that much Yeah, so if I compare it with Tofu Lush, even though it seems like a more compact and it's a shallower deck, I think it can hold more juice because it doesn't have those 4 chimneys which take up a lot of the rim. But all that said and done, the way that I found to wick it, this new coil build that I've done, I'm quite pleased now, and really the last 10 minutes I've really been enjoying this mod now, and the tank. No, it's not a tank, it's an RDA. Yes, the Tsunami 24 RDA by Geekvac. With my new setup, really liking it, and I'll probably either keep this build for a while, or I might try 1 or 2 other builds, but so far this is the best one that I found for this particular RDA. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye.